Yo, what's going on, guys? And today I wanted to talk about the Dallas Mavericks and why I believe that Jason Kidd is going to help Luka Doncic. And let's talk about what might change for Luka Doncic under new head coach Jason Kidd. And if you guys did not know about Jason Kidd, this is a man who really, right as he retired, started coaching the Brooklyn Nets and that old-ass team with Joe Johnson, my mans, Jason Terry, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Deron Williams, a little bit before he fell off. But the thing is, he was traded to the Milwaukee Bucks as a head coach. And he was the guy who put Giannis as a point guard and helped start us see who the Greek Freak was and kind of tapped into that. And then he spent the last few seasons as the Lakers coach. So let's talk about it. It kind of seems like a match made in basketball heaven, all right? Like, look, a Hall of Fame point guard brought in to coach generational talent who initiates offense like few others have in the NBA ever. And it might just be that, particularly if Kidd benefits from his previous stops in Brooklyn, Milwaukee, and learns from those mistakes that he made and learns what he did from Frank Vogel, okay? That was a little hard for me to say. And he lets Luka be Luka. Adapting to the talent in front of him wasn't always Kidd's first choice when he coached the Nets and the Bucks. But the thing was, defense was and always will remain Kidd's top priority, which is perfectly fine, okay? The Mavericks ranked 21st in 2020 to 2021, giving up 112.3 points per 100 possessions, and were 16 to 28 when allowing 109 points or more. Doncic isn't going to be ever considered a stopper or a notorious defender, but he sure can do a better job of defending on the ball, if we're going to be honest. And offensively, there's not a lot to nitpick, and Kidd already knows that, so he's just going to probably leave the offense alone, except just make it run more efficient. Though Dallas slipped last season in three-point efficiency, and that seemed to limit Doncic's room to attack the rim like he so much does. And he had to create more shots for himself from the mid-range while he actually improved from the arc. And the next natural step for Doncic is to get the ball out of his hands more and set up his teammates so he doesn't have to be burdened with all the load. And I think Kidd can help that. And Doncic's usage rate of 35% was second most in the league, and it jumped to 39% in the 7-game series against the Clippers in the first round. Having him play off ball more would help him up on offense and would help the offense be more efficient and be able to be more productive. And assuming that the other pieces in Tim Hardaway Jr., the four centers they have in Boban Marjanovic, Dwight Powell, Willie Cauley-Stein, and Moses Brown in there. And then they have Maxi Kleber and Kristaps Porzingis, who Kristaps also probably going to play some center, but I think he's more utilized at power forward, and hopefully he's in conditioning strength. And the recent signing of Frank Ntilikina will help with defense. And there's been a reported acquisition of Goran Dragic, either through buyout or trade, but it hasn't happened yet. Supposedly, the trade would be Moses Brown and Dwight Powell for Goran Dragic, something along those lines. But hey, so the best thing for Kidd right now is to keep Doncic as fresh as possible. And fatigue has been a factor for the Slovenian star, as with his shooting, trips to the line, and plus minus all being impacted and going down in efficiency when he gets to the fourth quarter. So basically being able to keep Luka Doncic fresh for the game is what they need to do, okay? I know we could sit here and say what we want Luka to do, which obviously, like, there's so much this guy can do. We're talking about generational talent, the guy who's going to win multiple MVPs in his career, okay? If you don't believe that's going to happen, I don't know what you've been watching if you don't think Luka Doncic is going to win some MVPs in his career, okay? And with that being said, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you think needs to be done? Because if we look at Luka's stats, he, shot this year 35%, a career high in three-point attempts, okay? And not attempts in efficiency, but also in attempts. I don't know if you guys just heard my computer, but the thing is he's gone up every year, 32 minutes, 33 minutes, 34 minutes. And I think we saw the best version of Luka when he's playing closer to 30 minutes than to 36. I think if you're able to use Tim Hardaway or, Jalen Bronson or, Trey Burke as a sixth man, where you go out and if they do get Goran Dragic or Frank Ntilikina has a rebirth, if you do utilize that correctly and are able to rest Luka about 15 minutes a night, 15 to 18 minutes a night, I think that will be so beneficial for the organization and would, I think, leaps and bounds make this team better, I think if this team was able to just have Luka, if this team had a real six man, which they haven't had in a while, which I think Tim Hardaway Jr. could be the perfect six man, but then the problem becomes who would fill his space in the lineup, and then you're like, oh, you're right, because there isn't much, there isn't that many people who can take. Oh, I don't know if you guys heard that. That probably sounded terrible on the microphone. That was a water bottle I had, and it just fell on the microphone. That's no bueno. And yeah, so I want to hear you guys' thoughts down below. I think that's it for me right here. I got to go to this thing called Late Night in the Fog. If you guys are watching ESPN, you might see it tonight. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I think we're at the 5-minute marker. Yes, we are. I'm going to peace out, like, subscribe, and comment.